Madeline. Okay, so it's been 2 months since I've uploaded a video, and yes, I see that you got like 6 up, while maybe not 6, it was 4. I don't know, somewhere, either 4 or 6 videos up since the last time I uploaded, and I know I've been slacking, and I'm so sorry. I wish I had a good excuse. I mean, like, I could go on and be like, I didn't have any ideas, blah, blah, blah. Part of it's the fact that I'm lazy, and part of it's the fact that I just continually forgot to upload a video. But I'm back. I'm gonna record one tomorrow, and one the day after, and so I can get 3 weeks. Good news, I have a job now. I actually have 2 jobs, so I'm currently working. I have been working to do a book review, specifically a series. So the series is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Ginny Han. And this is the first book. The second book is P.S. I Still Love You. And the final book, which I just finished, only took me a day, loved it so much, is Always and Forever, Lara Jean. So, I've had these 3 books, and Ginny Han is one of my favorite authors altogether. She is truly an incredible author. I just love the way she knows how to word things well, the way she speaks, and I just love her. She's an inspiration for me in writing. And Lara Jean, the character in these books, she just gets me. She stress bakes, her favorite color is pink, she likes things that are a little quirky, a little weird. She's a hopeless romantic, which I think is actually a bit of a difference between us. I think I'm a little more realistic than Lara Jean, but we are both pretty hopeless romantics. So to start with, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, a general overview of it is that she writes all these letters to boys that she loves, and she puts them in this hat box that she has. It's her memory box. I have like 6 memory boxes, so I get that again. Somehow they get sent to the guys, and she's panicking. She doesn't know what to do. And so one of the guys that she sent one to, her and this guy pretend to date to just kind of deal with this letter and give them both the benefit that they need out of it. I'm going to stop right now. This is just an overview. That's pretty much what it says on this pocket sleeve. There is a spoiler alert, like a super spoiler alert, because when I explain the other 2 books, it's going to give away the ending of this book. And that will give away the ending of this book. So it's a spoiler alert. I'm giving away the endings of the book. Long story short, her and Peter fall in love. Between her and Peter, they are like, oh, let's make this a real relationship. And then she and Peter were kissing in a hot tub. Somebody took a video of it, and it looks like she and Peter are having sex in the hot tub. And it goes downhill. She decides she doesn't want to be with Peter, and Peter comes at the very end of the book to apologize to her. And so that's this book, and it's super romantic. Love it. Lara Jean just gets me. So this is in the series is P.S. I Still Love You. So now that her and Peter are kind of having their fight, they're not really back together, but Peter really wants to get back together. So she's trying to decide whether or not she wants something serious to happen with Peter. She starts volunteering at the old folks' home, meets this woman, Stormy. And one of the letters that she sent in the first book was to a guy named John Ambrose McLaren. They use his whole name every time in the book. And John shows up, and apparently he had received his letter. He just didn't get it right off the bat. So he comes to talk to Lara Jean. Long story short, Lara Jean is trying to decide whether she wants to be with Peter or John, because John has shown up, and John is the perfect guy for her. He likes older things. He's what you would expect for Lara Jean, whereas Peter's the jock, the popular guy, not Lara Jean's type of guy. The whole book is about her deciding between the 2 of them, and of the books, this is actually my least favorite, but I still liked it a lot. In the end, she does choose Peter, which made me happy because I love Peter. So I wanted her to choose Peter. My sister wanted her to choose John, but I went out. Still have not successfully chosen the wrong guy in a book yet. Very proud of myself. I don't know. Once I finish the Red Queen series, maybe I will have chosen the wrong guy. I really hope not, though. And then finally, the 3rd book is Always and Forever, Lara Jean. So this is kind of about her relationship with Peter, their senior year. They have this whole plan to go to UVA together, but Lara Jean doesn't actually get into UVA, so she has to choose a different school. She's going to go to William and Mary, and they're going to try to do the long distance that way. But then she gets into University of North Carolina, which is this amazing school, really hard to get into, and she really wants to go. but by going, she'll have to be further away from Peter, which just puts a real stress in their relationship. And her dad is getting remarried after the loss of her mother. And this whole book just kind of really wraps up the whole relationship. And again, spoiler for the end, her and Peter decide to make their relationship work rather than breaking up when they go to college. And that's where it ends. You don't know whether or not her and Peter actually work out, but you know that they're going to try. And so, overall, these books are incredible. I love them. I would highly suggest them. Lara Jean's very different from the kind of characters you usually get. Most of the times, people don't want to play up a feminine character because being feminine is considered weak, whereas I am personally a very feminine girl, so I find that when there's a character who's strong, who's also very feminine, I really like that, and I feel like I can really relate well to Lara Jean. The books are incredibly well written. They are beautiful. I don't ever feel like the plot is too far stretched, like something that could never happen unless you're in a fantasy world. But they're fun and unique. It's not boring to read. It's not like a new plot. Even when they have the whole Peter versus John, it's not just a question of Peter versus John. It's a question of who Lara Jean wants to be. And while romance is a big thing in the books, and obviously one of the main focus is the way the romances work, it's not about happily ever after. It's about Lara Jean being who she is and whether or not the relationships work with that. So it's a new take. It's not about him completing her. It's about him being the right guy for her at the right time in the right situation. And so I would really highly suggest the books. They are very well written, so cute. I know it's stupid, but I love the covers. The covers make me want to redo my room all the time. I definitely base my room around Lara Jean's to an extent. But honestly, I'd really suggest reading them, and hopefully do. If you have any book suggestions for me, I would love to hear about them, and hopefully I'll be back next week with a new video. And I can't wait to talk to you soon. Sincerely, your fellow bookworm.